question came in, who in the hell is Karen anyway? And why is she on my videos? And is her name really Karen? Let's talk, and I'll tell you how I met her and why our relationship clicks and why she's really fun on camera too. First questions first, yes, her name is Karen with a capital K, and she is my neighbor just right beside our house. We walk over, we have a little path between our homes. We get together Friday nights and we have a dinner together. We call ourselves the Greenwich Kids if you follow us online on Facebook. And the Greenwich Kids are people that live here in the village of Greenwich. So we are in between the town of Wolfville and the town of New Minas, and it's just a town of 300, or sorry, it's a village of 300 people. And in this case, one village idiot. So what we have here is that Karen was not originally from this area just like us, and originally back from Ontario just like us, and that's where our story began. Like ships crossing in the night, we didn't know each other in the beginning stages, and she is from the craft show circuit just like I was. And so I was working for Creative Festival, and she was one of the vendors of Creative Festival, and she was part of CHA and I was part of CHA, but we had never met each other during that time frame. So we were passing in the same kind of circuits. We kind of know the same people, and I think it's fair to say is that you don't want to ever meet your heroes because you get quite disappointed. And in this case, when I went to the craft show circuit, I realized that these people that present themselves online or on television and stuff are not the people that they claim to be when they are not in front of a camera. So I really struggled with this particular concept of trying to fit in because I don't have a history of crafting or crochet or anybody in this industry. I navigated the waters trying to figure out where I belong and realized that I don't belong anywhere, and I'm just kind of like flowing in the sea, just trying to find a lifeboat just to be able to grab onto. So that was part of that whole experience. I met Karen at a dinner that wasn't for her or I, but she just happened to be at the table, and from that I just sat beside her and we just happened to click. And her personality is really easy to get along with, and the nice thing about it is that because she's a presenter like I was, and because she was in the craft industry like I was, and because we knew a lot of people, some of the people that were trashing me or I did not have that connection with, that I thought it was just me deserving to be treated like crap, and it turns out the problem is really them. So anyway, Karen and I came together in that way, but we had only ever saw each other when we were in the craft show circuit itself. So we never saw each other after hours in this particular case. And so every time we'd go to the craft show, oh, is Karen around? Yeah, let's go for dinner. And it became that way. So we made contact over the years, and she ended up in Nova Scotia back a couple years back, or maybe even 3 years ago, and she was looking to think about moving out here because it was kind of in their life plan to move east. And so Daniel, when they came to visit our house, Daniel says, you know, there's a property right beside our home that is waiting for an owner. And so they went and looked at it, and by the end of the weekend that they were here, they determined that they were going to buy it and build a house. So that's how they ended up here. And so when you see Karen and I in private or even in our Stitch social groups, we tend to talk about issues that nobody else on the table knows about. And also what works for me is that because she has been a presenter like I am, she's been in the online world like I am, and I think she's done some TV as well, is that she understands where I'm coming from, where I'm having a really down moment, because the social pressures of trying to keep a smile and a positive presence is actually really quite difficult. She's really quite introverted until she's not. And then when she's extroverted, she's all in. And so what makes us work is that we understand that about each other. So there's some days that she can come here. I'm really not in the mood to be able to like turn on the charm, and I'm just myself. And she doesn't expect me to do that in the same way in return. Now, the reason why we always film at her house and not mine is that she's severely allergic to cats. We have 2 cats, Binky Boo and Puss Puss, and the dogs are not helping as well, Salty and Puppy Dog. So they're not helping her as well. So as soon as she walks through the front door, the allergies kick in and she starts sneezing. So she never really comes inside of our home at all. And I'm actually okay with that because it means that I don't have to clean and she has to clean over there.
Big penis?
some of the fundamental differences between the two of us, obviously we're male and female, and there is not that tension of competing with each other as far as like having fun with the camera stuff. So when the camera goes on, she can turn it on and I can turn it on as well, but when the camera goes off, she can turn down as well. The other thing is she likes being on camera, so it's easier for us to do the dance challenges, to play back and forth. This whole thing that we've been doing with her friend Mike from Ontario, it's all just fun and play online. He's a great person, I will say. No, it's actually been a lot of fun. He's a sweet guy, he's a chef, he's smart, and so it's been that play, but she talks about him all the time. So one of the funniest things that has happened though since he's been here, a lot of the quirks that we notice about her, he also notices, and so I'm like, oh yeah, 100%, and she has all these sayings, and so we will mock her, and she's going, guys, seriously, and I'm like, okay. So it's been a lot of fun. In order to do that, he goes home in a couple days, and so it'll be a sad moment for that, but it's been a lot of fun, and I know some of you have been enjoying the kind of like the soap opera that's been happening. And I know some people are like, just get back onto the crochet. There's free tutorials available every 2 to 3 days here on the channel, so we're keeping up with that. One thing that I did not realize until last night, because we got a complaint about it, is that I was under the impression that you're not supposed to get notifications when there's a short. Maybe that's changed. I will find out. It's a holiday Monday here in Canada. I'm going to reach out to my YouTube rep and find out if that's still true. And if that is true, then it does change my gameplay a bit. I can also turn off notifications on certain videos not to notify you. But then some people are living for the drama and the excitement of the fun videos. Some people are not. Some people just want this, they want that. It's an online world. You're never going to be solving everybody's problems. And nor am I a therapist, really, because I can't keep my own shit together. So Karen and I, we are great. There's a love-hate relationship going on with her and Daniel. Daniel likes to push her buttons, she likes to push his buttons, and I just say, guys, just leave me the hell out of it. But it's really quite fun. Because she is a neighbor, I can just walk over or walk back. It's actually really quite easy. There's really no planning, so sometimes I just put on the fire and we do a little campfire. Hey, I'm starting the fire. Do you want to come over for some hot dogs? Yeah, I'll be right there. And so, you know, glass of wine or two, hot dogs, and you're good to go. So there's not a lot of pre-planning involved with our relationship, which makes it a lot easier for me. For myself, because I'm a chronic scheduler and I have a lot of goals and procedures set up in my brain, is sometimes scheduling ahead, especially like the lunch and learn stuff with Yarn Inspirations. I really struggle with that because I want to go online spontaneously, but then you have to have a schedule because people want to schedule. So that's what makes our relationship fun, is a lot of it is just spontaneous. You know, I'm getting in the mood for some shopping and I need to go to the craft store. Do you want to come? Yeah. I'm going to Home Depot. Do you want to come? Yeah. Going to the Valley Village? Yeah. So it's really quite fun, spontaneous, and etc. She does have a real job, so this is just kind of fun stuff in between. But as you can see, she's meant to be online and a lot of fun. And that's just the way it is. So that's Karen in a nutshell. Presented by a nutshell for you right here on YouTube. Hopefully that explains a few things, and if it doesn't, that's okay. You'll be fine, and we'll see you on the next video.